NBA player props here on PrizePicks for Monday, October 31st. Happy Halloween to everybody. Before I get started, there's a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks, or you can use promo code TUFF to sign up. PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit. There is also a Discord link in the description below. We're building a super strong community, almost 1,500 members now in the Discord. Go ahead and check out that link, as well as Patreon link in the description below, where I do post all the plays here I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play: NFL, college football, NBA player props here. How we did last Friday, which is I gave props on Saturday. It was busy all weekend with family stuff, so they weren't really researched. But Friday, again, my 10 core plays and my 3 leans, we went 11-3 on the day. Absolutely incredible day here. James Harden had 11 points, pretty insane without Joel Embiid. But nonetheless, 11-3, looking to definitely replicate that today. It's some similarity. Again, not a financial advisor. This is not gambling advice. Simply just the plays I'm personally looking at making, hopefully giving you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player props here. But let's not waste any time, you guys. Let's get right into it. The first one I like is going to be Domantas Sabonis, and I like his over 16.5 points here against the Charlotte Hornets. Now, Domantas has only hit this twice of his last 5 games. He had 19 and 18, which, I mean, doesn't really give us a lot of confidence, I guess you could say, as far as just like looking at his last 5 and taking the player prop, which I don't recommend doing. I mean, if you're, making player prop bets, just having fun with it, which again, this is a hobby at the end of the day. But just by looking at these last 5 and then just making your prop solely based on that, is not the smart decision in my opinion. But Domantas, 16.5 points here. We have been targeting, I feel like a lot of people have been targeting centers against the Charlotte Hornets all season long. So if we take a look at the opponent averages, centers, Charlotte Hornets giving up the 4th most points to centers, 25.5 points to centers this season. Fantasy points, they are giving up the 3rd most fantasy points. So Domantas at 39.5 fantasy score is a decent play as well, in my opinion. But I think the points right now is the safest play at 16.5. We just need 17 for him to hit the over on this. And again, the 4th most points to centers this season, the Charlotte Hornets are giving up. We've seen centers this year against the Hornets. Valanciunas, who is a similar offensive game in my opinion to Sabonis, had 30 and 17 and 4 against them in 29 minutes. Even Mo Bamba in 17 minutes had 19 points. Wendell Carter in 26 minutes had 15. And Clint Capella had 14, and Jakob Poeltl had 14 as well. All in sub 30 minutes. I mean, all these guys playing sub 30 minutes and had 14, 15, 19, and 30. And I would say none of these guys, except for maybe Valanciunas, but not even Valanciunas, none of these guys have the offensive arsenal that Sabonis has. I mean, he's a terrific offensive player, in my opinion. We take a look at his game log, though, this season. Last game, we had his assist prop, I think, over the weekend, and he hooked us on this one. But 23 minutes, he had 18 points against the Miami Heat and Bam Adebayo. He hasn't really been taking too many shots, right? Field goal attempts, 9, 6, 10, 12, and 10. Again, he's hit this twice this season, had 19 and 18 points here. But we've been targeting, and we will continue to target centers against the Hornets. I just think there's no player on that Hornets team that could guard Sabonis. I mean, Plumlee, PJ Washington, they got Nick Richards off the bench. Players like that here. But I just think it's a smash spot for Sabonis. Again, he had 18 points in 23 minutes against Miami, so I think he's really starting to get going here in this offense. New head coach Mike Brown. We've seen De'Aaron Fox do his thing here, but in this game, I just like Sabonis to get 16.5 plus. I think he had 17 points tonight, with quite a few offensive rebounds, getting the putbacks here in this game. I think he plays. Hopefully, again, he stays out of foul trouble. Was definitely in some serious foul trouble in the last game. He's already fouled out twice this season. Facing the Portland Trailblazers, who have Nurkic, and then the Miami Heat, who have Bam. The Hornets, they got Plumlee. They don't really have a center that they really feed to generate a ton of offense. So hopefully that does help Sabonis stay out of foul trouble here. But I'm taking Sabonis 16.5 points here against the Charlotte Hornets tonight. So this is the first player prop. Monday, October 31st, going to be Trae Young. I'm going to take his over 46.5 fantasy score here. Now, Trae Young has hit this push or better his last 4 games, really starting to get acclimated and figure out what his role is now with DeJounte Murray in that backcourt. Before DeJounte Murray came, he didn't really have a backcourt playmaker like him. So it's really increased his level of scoring, right? Trae Young's game log this season, you can see here, first 2 games, 25-23. His scoring output has literally increased every single game. 28 points, 35 points, 36 points, 42 points. Every single game, his scoring has gotten higher. I mean, he's taking 20, 25 plus shots per game. Took 32 shots here against Milwaukee in his last game. But I like his fantasies here for a few reasons. So Trae Young in his career versus the Raptors, I mean, look how many times he's gone over 10 assists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times of his last 8 games, he's gone over 10 or more assists here, right? So assists are 1.5 fantasy points here on PrizePicks, right? For adding up that fantasy score to get that as high as possible here. So 46.5 for Trae Young. We've seen guards this season, and I put guards, not point guards, because Trae Young definitely a guard in this offense. Can't really limit him to just being labeled as a point guard. With DeJounte Murray now, DeJounte Murray's a point guard as well, so I give them both. Just the combo guards here. We've seen guards do pretty well here against the Raptors this season. Tyrese Maxey went for 44 and 31 apiece here against the Raptors. We saw Donovan Mitchell go for 31, Kyrie go for 30. Tyler Hero had 22, 15, and 4. James Harden had 18, 7, and 9. Even Kyle Lowry down here at 17 and 6 here against the Raptors. So numerous guys here have gone and played pretty well here against, I guess, guards here against the Raptors have played really well. And I also like this here because Fred VanVleet is currently questionable. Now, Fred VanVleet, not known to be like a super ball stop or point guard stopping defender, but him being questionable definitely helps Trae Young in my opinion. Fred VanVleet, the type of player who does pick up kind of 90 feet. So him being out the game, I think, creates more opportunity for Trae Young. Whoever is going to be filling in that role here for Fred VanVleet, I'm going to have to deal with Trae Young. So obviously he's going to be cooking a player that is coming off the bench for the Raptors if Fred VanVleet does in fact not play here. Also, Betting Pros got all 3 of his assists, rebounds, and points projected over here. So again, this is a premium platform here, Betting Pros, but projected 10 assists, projected 4+ rebounds, and projected 29+ points here tonight against the Raptors. So I think all bodes well here for over 46.5 fantasy points. Again, we're seeing multiple point guards or multiple guards here do, 4 different guards, or I guess Tyrese Maxey scored 30+ points twice in this offense. And I kind of compare Tyrese Maxey's role with the Philadelphia 76ers similar to Trae Young's role, right? Because, Trae Young can score at will. He can also pass the ball at a super high rate. Because DeJounte Murray is kind of what James Harden is to the 76ers. So you can see here, Tyrese Maxey, I think Trae Young can easily score 30+ points tonight. And kind of the way the Raptors have been known to defend Trae Young, they definitely trap him on numerous plays, which is why you've seen assist 10 or more in 7 of his last 8 games. So if Trae Young could get us, 25+ points with a combination of like 10+ assists here, I think it's super, super close and easily can get over 46.5 fantasy points tonight against the Raptors. So Domantas Sabonis over 16.5 points. Trae Young over 46.5 fantasy score. I do apologize for getting this video out late. Had to do some things in the morning, but here we go. These 2 plays here for YouTube. Patreon plays are slowly but surely coming together. I have definitely a few plays live at the time of this video. Hit that subscribe button, you guys. Drop a like on this video, and as always, have a great day. Let's cash.